How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Bitcoin is spiking, and we could get close to $30,000 here very soon. I want to talk about that, and it has nothing to do with the CPI or PPI next week, or this over the next week, in the next few days. It's something completely different. So please hit subscribe underneath the video. Turn on the bell notification so you know when I post future videos just like this. Some of this is time sensitive. I was looking at the charts, and when you know, Bitcoin spiked above 29,000. We're actually close to the highest point that we've been. You can see we got rejected right around the same price that we had gotten rejected last time, so 29,175. A couple days before that, we went up to 29,375. So this is a very important area. There's some interesting stuff going on. Again, hit subscribe. If you want to know what I'm buying and selling, you can check out the links to the Patreon underneath the video. Now, Bitcoin dominance is moving up. Bitcoin's up 4% in the last 24 hours. When we look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, we're at a level that we haven't seen in a long time. Look back here since June 2022. So almost a year, about 10 months or so. And if we go up another 0.5%, we'll break this previous high. Now, I have been very vocal about the fact that I am very bullish on Bitcoin dominance. I think it's going to go up. I think altcoins long-term will do well, but I expect Bitcoin dominance to move up during this bear market, higher than it's been. And if we break this 49 or 48.5%, go up to 49, probably go up to 50. Maybe we see some resistance there. Maybe we see an alt season, a mini alt season, but I would expect this to continue moving up, which is why I've been buying really only Bitcoin over the last year. I haven't been buying really any alts with the exception of selling a couple alts and then redistributing the funds, but any new money has just been going into Bitcoin. Now, we could see a change. We definitely could, but I'm excited to see this happening. I think this is natural for Bitcoin to move before a lot of other altcoins. Now, something really interesting, obviously, we're around 29,000. We'll have to break this. And then the next major level is 30K. 30K, big psychological barrier. Something really interesting here, though, is someone posted this. And actually, this is my brother-in-law that posted this or reposted this. But basically showing gold versus Bitcoin. And when you line up, depending on the timing, right, it's sometimes off a little bit. But gold is typically 4 to 5 days ahead of Bitcoin. And when you see gold spike up, then you see Bitcoin spike up. When you see gold fall, about 4 or 5 days later, Bitcoin falls and vice versa. Now, Bitcoin's obviously a lot more volatile. I think it has a lot more upside. You can see also, right, we went up, 40%, while gold went up $200, so like 10%. So Bitcoin is on a different level in terms of volatility, but recently, gold spiked. It went to a new not all-time high, but went to a new high that we haven't seen in a long time, especially on this chart. And as you can see here, Bitcoin looked like it was gearing up to do the same thing, right? If these are moving in lockstep with each other, and gold just pumped to a new all-time high or new high recently, local high, wouldn't be surprising to see Bitcoin do the same. And it looks like Bitcoin's trying to do that right now. And this is on a day where the market's actually red. The NASDAQ is starting to move up, which is definitely helping out Bitcoin, but still down 0.43%. So we're moving in opposition, or we're still, I don't want to say opposition because the NASDAQ is moving up now, but we're still kind of being uncorrelated. When the NASDAQ's down 0.4%, Bitcoin's up 4%. So pretty awesome to see. And now the whole cryptocurrency market cap is at 1.25 trillion. Now, like I said, am really bullish on Bitcoin dominance. If it continues to move up, if it hits 55%, 60%, if other altcoins start falling down pretty drastically, I will probably look to sell some of my Bitcoin and reestablish myself in some altcoins, try to build out some positions for the next bull run. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good about this Bitcoin position. Now, there's a big problem in crypto that I want to talk about, and I think it's bigger than most people think. This hack recently happened on SushiSwap, and it was reported as a $3.3 million hack. But the problem, I think, more isn't the amount of money, but it's the fact that SushiSwap, which is one of the largest dexes out there, if not the largest dex, and also it's very technical. Like, it's not like someone got an email and then signed in, gave them their private keys away or anything like that. They basically just went through and approved a transaction, it sounds like. And it's very technical sounding. They say the root cause, according to Ancila Inc., and in technical terms, is because in the internal swap function, it will call swap uni v3 to set variable last called pool, which is at storage slot 0x00. The cybersecurity account adds that later on the swap 3 callback function, the permission check gets bypassed. So basically someone approved their crypto to get yoinked, as they say here, and taken away from them. But again, this is done on a very popular platform. There are thousands of people that possibly were exposed to this, and it's very technical. The reason I think this is a problem is because people that want to use crypto, people that aren't already using it now, they want it to be as easy as possible, right? I think we all would like it to be simple, but someone that's not good with technology is going to hear this and they're going to have no idea what to look out for. This isn't super easy to use anyways right now for the general public, but if you're worried about $3 million being pulled away, a lot of people just won't touch it. So I think the whole cryptocurrency industry needs to get easier to use, and people are going to make a case that that is where banks come in. That's where centralized finance comes in. Of course, we know that there's risks with that too, just like with FTX. They were centralized, they were trusted, they had tens of billions of dollars. Everyone trusted them, and yet they were doing shady things behind the scenes. We know banks do shady things as well. But I think this is where some regulation, I know some people will give me a hard time, but some regulation would help. Now, if you're just buying Bitcoin and keeping on your cold storage wallet, then you're not going to have an issue too much, I think, with regulation. Of course, they could still cause some trouble depending on what governments allow and don't allow. But I think this is where there needs to be more trust in cryptocurrency, and this is just going to come with time, right? It's messy right now. It's hard for a lot of people to move their money around, but as time goes on, it will continue to improve. So I'm still bullish on crypto long term, but I see problems with what's happening right now. Some Tesla news. Tesla installed their 40,000th supercharger connector in November 2022. Now they just announced they have 45K superchargers. So they've installed an average of 36 new connectors per day. That's kind of crazy, right? 36 connectors per day. And this is up from an average of 30 per day, between 35K and 40K. So a lot of companies lay off the gas, especially like in this scenario. I would assume a lot of companies would say, hey, we have 40,000 connectors. We don't need to invest as much into this. We'll just, we'll have better numbers, better net income next quarter. We won't reinvest so much in ourselves. But Tesla is ramping. They're building more. They're like accelerating into this, which is just nuts. I love it. But I just used a supercharger, by the way, the other day for the first time. Super easy, super smooth, fast too. And a lot of people wonder what you would do for that amount of time. I think it took us 40 minutes to go from 15% battery up to 95. Obviously, it gets up to 80 really fast, and then it slows down a little bit. But we just went in to the nice 7-Eleven that we were at, got some snacks, came back out 10 minutes later. It was already at 45% or something like that from 15 after 10 minutes, and then sat there, ate some snacks for another 20 minutes, scrolled on our phones. I actually shot a YouTube video, but we were just there for like 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and it charged 80%. So it doesn't take that long. I think that's one of the main things that people have worry about when they buy a Tesla. That's one of the main things that people are cautious about. But honestly, they're building so many, and it's really easy to get around. Unless you're like in BFV, you're going to be fine. And you don't use them that often anyways. If you have a house, you just use your at-home supercharger or your at-home charger. And then other big Tesla news, they are going to double their megapack capacity to 20K megapacks a year. That'd be worth $50 billion in new revenue, $15 billion a year in profit, or plus 3% per year, or plus $3 per year, on EPS. So this was big news coming out over the weekend that they're building a new Shanghai factory just for megapacks. Megapacks have a backlog of, I believe it's 2 years right now, but they will continue to be in demand as well. More and more companies are going to order them. More and more cities are going to order them over time. I think it's really important that we have a stable grid, and Tesla can build these packs faster, cheaper, more efficiently, and deliver them in those ways as well, cheaper, faster than a lot of other companies. So this is going to be huge for their bottom line, huge for their top line as well. And this is just one more wind that's going to push Tesla forward, one more tailwind. So let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Do you like Tesla right now? I bought some more shares here today. I bought some shares of VOO as well. And then I bought some shares of Vici. So those are 3 different companies I'm buying here today. But Tesla at 175 over the long term, I think is pretty attractive. Keep in mind that you have to do your own research. I'm not telling you what to buy or sell, but I think when we come out of this recessionary fear and once rates start coming down, Tesla is going to be one of the first stocks to pop. I mean, it's down 50-60% from the high, probably 60% from the high. And one of the main fears is just that there's recession and people won't buy expensive cars. But the fact is Tesla is going to be able to continue to lower their prices, continue to ramp up, and they have so many other parts of their business that are doing extremely well. But let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. What do you think about Bitcoin? Do you think it's going to break through this previous resistance and move up to 30K? I would not be surprised if that happens here today. Let me know your thoughts, though. Of course, be careful. CPI is coming up. We could see rejection. We could see us falling back down to 26, 27,000, depending on what happens. You want to be careful. I'm not putting all my cash into the market right now, just loading up ahead of CPI. I think that's a dangerous game, but let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.